Hello and good
Hello,
morning.
hello.
Thank you, Corin, for introducing. Thank you, Nar, as well for introducing. So, happy ONLive, everyone. It's the second time that we've had this ONLive convention. You know, last year, okay, give me 1 minute, I'll tell you something. Last year, we were just thinking of what if we can go catch up with Off-Kai Expo? Like, right now, if we can switch the tab to the previous window, our latest story on VTuber NewsDrop is Off-Kai Expo. Our correspondent Ned here was able to talk to a lot of personalities. You're missing out on what the Off-Kai Expo experience is if you're not reading this piece and the previous piece, which is about the Off-Choir. So we can switch now to the window. Let's introduce you to VTuber NewsDrop. Anyone here who's interested in VTuber news? All right, I see some hands. Good. But the panel that we're talking about right now, since we're not just a website, we're an aggregator of sorts. I am chronically online, posting stuff, reposting on Twitter. So, this is VTuber NewsDrop. Let's go to the next slide. So, okay, there we go. First and foremost, to those who are not aware of the origins of NewsDrop, we came from Kawa Entertainment. Monty invited me to continue writing VTuber news, this time for Kawa Entertainment, when it was a VTuber agency, and so NewsDrop was born. The name NewsDrop was coined by Kawa's CEO Pitch. We have to put that on record. We spun off from Kawa Entertainment and around February 2023. This is when we really solidified our brand as VTuber NewsDrop. And we are home to spotlight interviews, music drop, and the NewsDrop Digest newsletter. Every month, like after ONLive, I'll be writing the newsletter. For real. If you're not subscribed to VTuberNewsDrop.com, for free, yes, for free, like feet, for free. For free! There we go. NewsDrop Digest, we just recap what happened in VTubing last month. And of course, we are very present on social media, even on Blue Sky. Anyone uses Blue Sky? Can I have a hand? Nobody uses Blue Sky? The one and only. We got partners too, so next slide we'll talk about that. But our purpose is industry news on VTuber culture. So our latest partnership is with Acapella. This is a digital magazine. The recent interview is with Production Kawaii Eprimira. And of course, we also do international collaborations. In Indonesia, we've had Nawala Karsa, which Nawala Karsa is part of an umbrella group called Ayokawa Media, who also has Nakama Virtual, the Nakama Virtual VTuber group. There are lots of VTuber groups in Indonesia, mind you. And also, with Viros, Viros is no longer existing, but the one and only collab with them is with Yusan. When Yusan was announced as a guest at the Illustar Fest. Also, this one here, based out of Anime Los Angeles. One of my colleagues, good friends, Clawmaster, worked hard to have this video interview with V4 Mirai's Abi Kadabora, and Comaria. So, we'll move on to the next. What we do. So basically what we do, the usual news stuff, write news and feature stories, being chronically online, again, I mentioned this earlier, and talk to VTubers, not just VTubers, but fans, cosplayers, personalities, executives. We've talked to 2 VTuber executives and then some more. But, okay, let's face it, VTuber news is not really a good thing right now. So, what we're doing, we're straying off of VTuber news. We're still called VTuber NewsDrop, but we're going to work more on publicity. The best stories in VTubing, we want to write that as we go with our motto, our tagline, industry news and VTuber culture. We want a different perspective. Of course, it's not easy. Especially, yours truly is the most active among the folks that we have at NewsDrop. Moving forward, our audience, VTubers who are here at ONLive, VTubers who are on Twitter, on X, VTubers who are streaming, they are target audience as well as the fans, and as well as executives, businessmen, and founders. Here's the thing. LinkedIn. When you search VTubers on LinkedIn, well, some of them are tech bros, but most of them are also VTubers. So LinkedIn is slowly being drawn to by VTubers. Let's go to the next slide. We'll tell you more about the pitch. Here's the pitch, all right? So this is a topic that I'm interested to share with everyone. What if VTuber NewsDrop goes kaput? I've seen VTuber news websites like vtuber-news.org. None. Soon enough, we'll go out of business, but you are still a VTuber. So here's what we're going to do. You go promote yourself. So here's the pitch. We're on the lookout for great stories, right? We're on the lookout for great stories. VTuber NewsDrop is on the lookout for great stories. Like earlier, I was talking to a VTuber manager, a popular VTuber manager, who is also managing one of these subjects. So, for example, this specific VTuber is set to graduate 1 year after she debuted. And then she set another record. Okay, what if I release a song 100 years after I graduate? I don't know. I don't know about that, but it is interesting, right? Correct? Okay, another one. There's this VTuber who debuted during the solar eclipse. While most of you are looking forward to the solar eclipse, Filipinos are looking at clips from YouTube because the solar eclipse is non-existent here. We cannot see it here. But in the US, there's a lot. However, there's one VTuber who timed her debut during the solar eclipse. And that's something else. That's amazing. Another VTuber. This is happening right now. VTuber KO lands a historic appearance in a baseball game. She beat ONLive by just a few days or weeks. And there's companies A and I who are competing in the American VTuber scene by mobile apps. So, if you go to the next slide, you'll see why they are interesting. Let's go to the next. This is Nenkan Alice. She's gonna graduate 1 year after she just debuted. She has 365 days from her debut to entertain people. It's interesting. We have Eois Ellipsis. I hope I didn't murder your name, Eois. Your name is hard to pronounce, but you are, so far, the VTuber I remember who debuted during the solar eclipse. This one is Iriam. Their competitor is ONLive. Anyone heard of ONLive? ONLive, okay, they're interesting, right? So it's basically, Iriam and ONLive are basically doing the same thing. But they're competing in the US market. Now, again, this is happening right now. Cory Ojo at the Frisco Rough Riders game. This is part of an anime event, I believe, in Texas. So, Frisco, Texas. We go to the next slide. Why do we have these stories? Our goal is to share the best of VTubing. We've already said that earlier. But your goal is to introduce yourself and make a good impression. How? Let's go to the next one. Okay, this is a screenshot that I've had. I remember this very closely simply because this is, if you search Adobo Magazine, a trade publication and advertising, VTuber. Go search Adobo Magazine right now and tell me if this is the only VTuber group that has sent a press release to like various websites, anything, right? That's why I'm very happy with my contact here. Very happy with her. Next. Okay, now we go to this. You are going to promote yourself. You are going to debut. You need a pitch. Earlier, we showed you examples of great stories, great pitches. That will make us interested. Now, here's your checklist. First, your pitch. When I say your pitch, not your voice, it's your idea. Tell me your idea. Why is it unique? All right? And brief profile of your character, and then, of course, assets. links to social media. We need to find out more about you because we write like debut stories differently. Next one is the same thing with a group. So after that, next slide please. Okay, next slide. All right, this is for the groups. Next slide. So the next steps is, okay, basically I'll share this deck later on, but here's the thing. Prepare a list of websites that potentially can get your attention or you can get their attention. Get a mailing list, list it down, and send press releases to them using the pitch, your story, and so on and so forth. Anime News Network, for example, have strict guidelines on accepting press releases. However, if you're a musician, you can also say hi to music websites or music journalists. For example, we have Billboard Philippines. Billboard Philippines, I saw them last night at Fête de la Musique. And make sure you're ready before sending details. That's another important thing. Next slide is the examples of our partnerships that started with a simple email to us. So, VTuber Awards 2023 gets an accolade from the Webbies. Right here, we have Pixelink. 27 watch-alongs. 27 VTubers watch along these 4 ladies. And then, Strawberry Prince. Anyone heard of Strawberry Prince? You should watch Strawberry Prince. You should take a look at Strawberry Prince. All right? And one of our magnum opus, perhaps. I don't know if it's a magnum opus, but Blade Group. We were able to interview them. They want to be a top VTuber company surpassing the big 3. So, this is at a time where Idol showed their agency metrics, where their revenue share. At the time where transparency is needed, Idol came first, and Idol spearheaded it. Kawa followed suit, and then the rest. We have a story on that on NewsDrop. Next slide. We still have a few slides left, so bear with us. Okay, very important. 2 minutes left. Give me 5 minutes. All right. So here's the thing. I love this one. Prism. Anyone heard of Prism Project? They're now Prima Project, but their impression to me is lasting. Why? Because first, I have a coverage here from Cosplay Mania last year. Shiki, Rita, Ami, Froggers, and of course, they had to send me this. This was a prepared press release. They're going to dissolve Prism Project's operations. It was a sad time because people look forward to Prism Project. I love them. I love working with them. Here's why. Next slide, please. This is the lesson from Prism Project's consistent collaboration with the media. Not just us, they also collaborated with like a music industry website. But here's the thing. They maintain constant communication with us. They make updates, they give updates to us, and they prepare the needed details in a clear manner and send the details in advance or at least give us a heads up on when it will be sent so that we can receive it and acknowledge it and have it shared to our readers. The takeaways. Last few slides, don't worry. Okay, once again, VTubers, listen up, attention. If you want to get noticed, also take a look at the media, not just your Twitter, not just your fans, but also let the media make a mark on you. I mean, VTuber news is not what it's supposed to be. I have to say it. It's not what it's supposed to be. Like, okay, for example, anime journalism. Some will write about opinion pieces on anime, right? ANN does that. You know, here's the thing. You keep yourself in check, maintain best behavior. Like, this is already here. It's already self-explanatory. Do not do anything bad that will harm your reputation. Do not do anything that will put you at a reputational risk. We think differently. So, if you approach VTuber NewsDrop, you keep this in check, you send us your details, and we wish everyone of you all the best in your endeavors. Happy pitching. We'll wrap up with the last slide because this is very important. Once again, we talk about Mumi Manila. We talk about this cosplayer and this VTuber. We talk about Idol. We talk about a film screening by fans of Vox Sakuma. Can I have a hand for Vox? Can I have a hand for the Kindred? All right, let's go. So, those are just the stories that we really pick up. So, if you're here in the Philippines, you're in Manila, or you can just send me an email and I'll do my best to attend to that as much as I can, as much as we can, because once again, we think differently. And that's why we want to brand ourselves as VTuberNewsDrop.com, industry news and VTuber culture. Well, industry culture, right? Before I go on a little bit of a tangent, let me close this up by saying, cosplayers, I will approach you later. I will take a video of you. I hope I can do my best effort to capture all of you on photo and on video. And same goes to the artists as well. Thank you very much for allowing me to capture videos and photos of your props, especially the newies, the papes. Thank you very much. Once again, follow us on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. We're almost everywhere, including Blue Sky, TikTok as well. My name is Jay Agonoy, and from VTuber Newsdrop, we thank you for your continued trust.
Once again, Jay Agonoy from VTuber Newsdrop.
All right.
Thank you
Thank you very much.
Jay, it's always a pleasure to be working with you once
Thank
again.
you,
Jay and I are
Nako.
good friends even before he made VTuber Newsdrop. So.
Yeah.